mentioned Bryant in the backcourt. And holding down the middle out of Central Michigan University, the skilled and ambidextrous 7-footer, Chris Kaman. Then there's Nick Young, and it's Gasol in at the power forward position. And for Miami, Chalmers and D. Wade are the guards. And playing at the 5, the always versatile 6'11" star big man, able to score inside of...
Hammer time!
Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
Oh, man, that was a circus dunk.
The Lakers with the ball. Outside, Kobe. Three-pointer. Good, and the assist goes to Nash.
Well, I'm going to drop a little knowledge on you here, guys. Not sure if you're familiar with the 180 club, but it's players who've had a season shooting 50% from the field, 40% from long range, and 90% from the line. You add those up, that's 180. Nash had done it 4 times, and I think last season should qualify as his 5th. He shot 44% from 3, 92% from the line, and 49.7% from the field. I round those numbers up, so that's a 50-40-90 season in my book.
And it's Wade penetrating. Can't hit. Good defensive work there by Young.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Here's Kobe. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. Kobe's got 5. And Clark, going back to the 180 club you talked about, Nash has now done that 4 or 5 times, depending how you count last season.
Well, he stands apart in that. I mean, it's only happened 12 times in NBA history. Larry Bird was the only player to do it more than once before Nash did. So, yeah, you're talking about one of the great shooters ever in Steve Nash.
Kobe attacking, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Kobe's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Wade kicks to Haslem. Back to Wade. Chalmers. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Here's LeBron. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. LeBron's got his 2nd bucket.
You know, something we're seeing less and less of these days, that little finger roll.
Well, when you have the best record in the league, you're going to be the most dominant, one of the most dominant teams at home. The Heat just destroyed people down in Miami, and only the Denver Nuggets had more wins at home than the Heat did.
Kobe, no luck. The Heat trail by 3. Now let's find out what head coach Mike D'Antoni had to say to our Doris Burke. Doris?
The phrase superstar gets tossed around the league a lot these days, but that is how he described Dwayne Wade. He said that D. Wade's the guy we'll be giving the most attention to because he can function either as a playmaker or a scorer, saying no matter what he chooses to do, he can hurt you. We have to be ready for everything. Easier said than done, guys.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. And how crazy is that from the Heat to win as many games as they did last season, but still be 2nd in the league in home wins? Still were far and away #1 at home in the East.
Well, yeah, the Knicks were the closest team in the East, but they still had 6 fewer wins at home than Miami. But the Heat really just did what they had to do to put themselves in position to go on to their 2nd NBA title in a row.
Outside, Kobe. Kobe draws it up. Back to Nash. And it's blocked by Bosh. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots the 3. That doesn't go in either for Kobe. The Heat have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Here's Wade. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And Kevin, he's really solidified his role as the closer on this team. You know, Miami struggled to figure out whether they'd go to LeBron or Bosh or Wade at first. I think Wade has become the guy.
Well, I tell you what, it's nice to have 2 guys that are capable of closing, Steve. And I agree with you, though. His aggressiveness and confidence probably give him a slight edge in closing over LeBron. You can play great defense on him, but he still typically finds a way to get the shot he wants.
And Young, here we go. The 10-footer. Good. Young's got his first points of the night. The Heat trail by 4.
You know, it seems to me Nick Young is the perfect guy to have coming off the bench because he's a volume shooter and scorer who can get hot in a hurry. But I think his best role is to play him kind of in a Jamal Crawford type role.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Way too loose on that inbounds pass.
And the Lakers making a change here. Blake's checked in. 1:53 left to play in the first quarter. Going back to Nick Young, Clark, mostly a score.
He sure is, Kevin, an athletic 6'7" wing. I don't think there's any reason he can't be a plus rebounder and defender, but it's clear that his focus primarily has been on the offensive end.
And the basket by Johnson.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, taking advantage of the defense, really pounding it down low.
Battier sets the pick for LeBron. Anderson. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Blake kicks to Johnson. Passes it to Farmar. Right side Gasol. Battier with the steal. And now here comes Cole, leading the break. Comes up empty down low. Lakers leading by 4. From deep, Johnson gets it to go. Johnson's got 5.
Farmar with a terrific pass there.
52 seconds left here in the first quarter. LeBron against Johnson. Knocks it loose. Battier kicks to Cole. Dishes it to Anderson. Clock at 6. Battier outside. LeBron drives in. Gets it to go. He has 6.
Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
Los Angeles has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Blake kicks to Johnson. There's the feed to Farmer. And here is LeBron. He's got 6.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof. Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
Here's Blake. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Lakers lead by 3. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition.
You know, last season a lot of folks had the Lakers picked as the super team in the West, the team that would maybe challenge Miami and LeBron, but from the start, it just never was a cohesive group and really had one of the most disappointing seasons in the Lakers' history.
No good from LeBron.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Hill dishes to Farmer. And it's blocked by Bosch. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, gentlemen, head coach Eric Spoelstra of the Miami Heat finally getting the respect he deserves now with their multiple championships. But his players, not afraid to rib him a little. Dwayne Wade said Spoelstra's favorite word? Focus. He said, here's what it sounds like to play for my coach. Come on, guys, we have to focus. Next game. Come on, guys, it's about focus. Game 82. Guys, it's about focus. Kevin, it's all about that consistent message, right?
A steady hand, Doris. The players seem to really appreciate it. Gets an open look and hits. Bosch has got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Heat. Clark, as you said, the Lakers had a lot of lofty expectations put on them, but you never know what's going to happen when a team is put together. And, Steve, they just couldn't reach that bar that was set so high for them.
Yeah, the expectations were so high, Kevin, but injury issues cost them all season long. Nash, Howard, Powell, and, of course, Kobe with the Achilles at the end of the year. And that unit only started 7 games all season together, so they never really were able to develop any chemistry.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Nick Young's checked in for Johnson. Kobe comes in for Steve Blake. And it's Nash in for Jordan Farmar. Nash against Chalmers. Allen. Shot is off. So the Lakers will take it the other way.
You know, Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra worked his way up from the very bottom in that organization. I mean, he got his start as a video coordinator, and through years of hard work and dedication has really become an outstanding coach.
Chalmers passes to Haslam. Out to Wade. Bosh up on top. Allen outside. Rejected by Young. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. Haslam gets a screen from Allen. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And back to Coach Eric Spoelstra as a guy who got his start as a video coordinator, picking the game apart. Steve, he's very comfortable with the new advanced stat movement, analytics in the NBA.
Yeah, and I've had a chance to speak with him quite a bit. He says that the way they use advanced stats is just as a conversation piece in the coaching room. Their analytics department will bring them various information, and it will force them to ask questions, which is very healthy for a coaching staff to do.
You know, it was last year, not too many people had the guts to say whether or not the Lakers would or would not make the playoffs after their slow start, but one person who guaranteed a postseason appearance by them was team leader Kobe Bryant, and he was right on top of it.
And he's good on the second. And for Kobe, you have to give him a lot of credit for helping bring the Lakers back last season and securing that 7th seed. The coaching changes, the injuries. I mean, he almost willed them to get in, and then they finished 7th.
Yeah, and then they got swept in the first round by the Spurs. So tough finish to the year, especially with the injury to the Achilles tendon. So it's been a long rehab process. One thing you do know, if there's ever a player who's going to work his hardest to come back better than ever, it's Kobe Bryant.
Hill left side. And it's Miami with the rebound. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. And Chalmers kicks to Bosh. That is good. And now just a 2-point Laker lead.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Well, since the new CBA, the league has made the luxury tax much more punitive, but certainly the Lakers blessed with the financial wherewithal to be a tax-paying team. The problem is it can hurt your flexibility under the new rules just to make deals, and that's going to be the challenge for LA.
Pau Gasol's checked in for Chris Kaman. Kobe, that's for 2. Here's Hill. Makes it off the glass. And the Lakers lead by 4.
Well, most of all, I just love the work he puts in on the offensive glass. So many of his points come on putbacks just because of sheer hustle.
And another thing I love about him is his willingness to really get in there and mix it up. I mean, to put his body on the line if that's what it's going to take to make a play.
Wade, rejected by Kobe. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Five on the clock. Kobe comes with the double team. Chalmers dishes to Wade. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. 6 points for Dwayne Wade. You talk about the huge fan base for the Lakers, Clark. One of the marquee franchises, certainly in the entire NBA.
I would even stretch that to all of sports, Kevin. The market and their finances clearly have helped them gain that stature, but you can't shortchange the organization, the people making the decisions. They've been a winner for a long time, and that's been the magic ingredient that's attracted fans, players, sponsors, the full package.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, guys. Well, LeBron James' game is so well-rounded, you might forget that he led the league in scoring back in 2008. He said, I've done that before. I'm capable of doing it, but that's not my job here. My job is to do a lot of everything, rebounding, passing, and defending. Guys, his versatility and completeness as a basketball player is what makes him so incredible to watch.
He can do it all, Doris. Pass, shoot, a special challenge. Kobe with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. And Kobe throws it down hard. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is on it.
You know what, come on, I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Here's Haslam. Gets the bucket.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school, just physical play in the paint, dominate.
Here's Kobe. And the shot falls short this time. Now here's Wade. From deep. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And that'll do it for the first half.
Game for Kobe. He has 14 points, and he's blocked a shot today as well.
Well, he showed off how intelligent he is defensively. He understands where the ball is, where players are, what's happening in front of him.
It's LeBron with the drive. He feeds it to Chalmers. Back to LeBron. For the lead. The putback. And Chris Bosh with the slam. And the Heat lead by 2.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
The D got there too late, and he'll go to the line.
You know, even though he's getting up there in years, guys, Powell's effectiveness shouldn't really drop off much. He's a long, skilled player who doesn't play off the ground very much, and his versatility should help his longevity.
And he sinks the second. Clark, you mentioned the versatility of Pau Gasol. Steve, it's really the defining quality of his game, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the ability to do so many things offensively as a big guy just really completes a team. Now you can run any kind of offense you want. And Pau, as a passer, as a scorer, as a shooter, has been one of the best in the game for the last decade.
Lakers trail by 3. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. And stolen by Chalmers. Feeds to Wade. Back to Chalmers. Steve Nash with the rebound.
While not as dominant on defense as they were a year before, the Heat still were tough at that end of the court. The thing is, you could see them turn it on and turn it off when they needed to defensively, so they always managed to get the key stop when they needed it.
Shane Battier is checked in for Miami. And when you're coming off a title like the Heat are, there is no natural tendency to cruise, but Clark, you said this, and Steve, I'm sure you want to comment on it. They can turn it up in a hurry.
Well, there's just so much athleticism on this team that if they want to pressure you in the half court, they usually can force turnovers, and if not, they can also sit back and play a more straight-up defensive style and be very effective that way as well.
And the shot is good. Chalmers has got his third basket of the night right there.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it, and I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
Here's Kobe, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Easy little jump shot for him right there, guys.
LeBron with it, picked up by Kobe. Battier kicks to LeBron. Left side, Bosh. Kamen's there. 7-foot shot. Bosh can't hit.
He operates pretty well in traffic, guys, but that was a tough play to finish off.
Rejected by Wade. LeBron passes to Battier. And stolen by Nash. Gasol against Chalmers. Good.
Purely from a size standpoint, that is a mismatch that's going to be hard to overcome defensively.
He'd have gone 4-7 to get things started here in the second half. Now a timeout called by Miami.
You know, for Pau Gasol, calling last year a rough year might be an understatement. He fought off an injury and tried to find a role on a team that was in transition. A year like that can really take a lot out of a guy.
Wesley Johnson's checked in for the Lakers. Blake comes in for Kobe. Here's LeBron, and it's blocked by Johnson. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. And Steve, for Pau Gasol, he dealt with knee tendonitis from the first day of the season, then a concussion, torn plantar fascia. I mean, he just had one setback, it seemed, health-wise after another.
It was just that kind of season which symbolized the fate of his Lakers, too. They just never seemed to get it going until it was too late. But, you know, with Gasol, we're talking about a guy who's remained effective for a long time in his career. And when you have that kind of skill level, I think your game can translate as you get older. A little confusion defensively.
Yeah, you know what? He sent the D a little message with that three.
Now here's Wade, guarded by Blake. And the foul on Jordan Farmer. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
Gasol against Battier. Wade. The kick out to LeBron. 6 to shoot. And again, LeBron missing.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, because you know if you continue to give up open looks like that, well, you're in big trouble.
1:36 left to play in the third. Wade kicks to LeBron. The Heat rebound. Back to Wade. LeBron outside. Here's Henderson. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. And the Heat lead by 1. LA's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here.
So much of what ailed the Lakers could be traced to the lack of defensive presence, and it really came to a head when Magic Johnson, one of the greatest Lakers of all time, called them out about looking to play Showtime offense while not paying attention to solid defense.
.102 left to play here in the third. Here's Cole. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. And going back to what Clark said, they didn't actually try to run that much based on tempo, more than what they might have been used to, certainly, Steve, but the D was a concern in a major way.
Well, it was really more about teams running wild on them instead of the other way around. You look at the Laker personnel, big front line last year with Howard and Gasol. The transition defense wasn't quite there. You throw in the injuries. They were never able to find that balance between good offense and solid defense.
Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Chris Kaman.
A lot of people thought the East would be a cakewalk for Miami last year, but Indiana made sure that wasn't going to be the case. What a series with the Pacers using their size and strength to pound Miami down low, and eventually the Heat were able to pull it out, but boy, was that a tough series.
And Gasol with the dunk.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high, fantastic one-hand jam.
Yeah, what a way to wrap up that possession.
Battier kicks to Cole. 15 seconds left in the third. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. Here's Hill. From deep. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. From mid-court, can't get it to go. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Lakers leading by 3. He dishes it to Farmer. He kicks to Johnson. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Chris Kaman is checked in for the Lakers. Miami with the ball. Here's Cole. Cole off the pick from James. And Cole kicks to LeBron. Looking to get it going. Gets it to go. LeBron's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Miami.
How many times have we seen him do that? Just batter a defense with his ability to explode to the basket.
LA has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Blake dishes to Johnson. Young. Hill. He's covered by Anderson. Hill passes to Young. Here's the three. And it's Miami with the rebound. There's Allen. That's good on the assist by Battier. And the Heat lead by 1. Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
Yeah, nobody giving up any ground either way, fella.
Yeah, and don't be surprised if this comes down to the final possession. It just kind of has that feel tonight, doesn't it?
And the Lakers making a change here. T-Wade on the wing. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
The Lakers making a switch here. Nash is checked in. Here's Kaman. And it's Miami with the rebound. Bosch has got 5 rebounds tonight. The Heat leading by 3. Here's Battier. And he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
Talk about the definition of a role player, guys. What the perfect role player should look like, I think it's Shane Battier. I mean, he's as good as it gets in that role. An elite defender, can guard anybody, and he can hit the three at a pretty good rate. Smart, good passer. Just the epitome of what you want in a role player.
And, you know, you talk about Battier, he knows how to play his role. He doesn't try to do too much.
Yeah, he's got a great basketball IQ, understands angles and percentages. And seems to be able to guard about 3 different positions, and a terrific weak side defender. He's always the guy there waiting to take a charge.
Outside Bosch. Leads him in there. Wing. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Yeah, they're really doing a nice job of stringing together solid possessions and building that lead up.
That's the key, Steve. They'll stay in control of this game if they can just avoid any lulls going forward.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Mike D'Antoni gave to his team during that break. He talked about their problems at the free throw line, but tried not to make too big a deal out of it. He said, listen, if we keep getting to the line, the ball will start going through the net. The important thing is keep getting there. Maybe that'll take a little pressure off them, guys.
Here's Nash. Count it. The defender is called for the block, and this could turn into a 3-point play.
Boy, that was impressive. Major height disadvantage, but he still got the shot up over his man.
Well, he's got the poise to handle any matchup, and he's not easily intimidated. You can see that there.
Norris Cole, he's checked in for Miami. Now Haslam inside. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. They get Steve Nash.
Well, really the heart and soul of this Miami team in a lot of ways, Udonis Haslam. Born and raised in Miami. He's played his entire decade-long career with the Heat, and just a tough, hard-working guy and a locker room leader.
And back to Haslam, he helped lift the Florida Gators program back to prominence, took them all the way to the NCAA championship game, playing at center of all positions.
It was really heavy back then at Florida. And he
was.
Had to lose a lot of weight before he was ready to play in the NBA. Went to Europe to play first. He's been the heart and soul of the Heat organization ever since.
The drive by LeBron. That's good.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Kaman. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Getting to the stripe is something they've been doing a lot of in the second half, guys.
And when you're behind, I think that's a great strategy. Not only do you get easy points, but the clock stops as well.
The Heat making a switch here. Chalmers is checked in. Good on both. Miami leading by 3. Backing down is LeBron. shoots from 12. He squares up and sinks it. LeBron's got 6 points in the quarter.
You know, they really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
And Steve, these looks they're allowing are almost.
The rim is shaken.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that's special because he lives for the big moments. Fearless. I mean, he will take any big shot down the stretch. He wants the ball in his hands.
And Steve, very few players have his finishing ability. We see him get a lot of and ones because even if he draws hard contact, he is able to play through that and typically score.
Pass to Chalmers from the arc. Rebound by Kobe. Lakers trail by 3. The pass to Gasol. Kicks it to Nash. Takes the 13-footer. The shot's good from Gasol.
Tough assignment for that defender with the size mismatch we're seeing.
Yeah, I just don't think he's big enough to handle it.
1:52 left here in the fourth quarter. And Chalmers kicks to LeBron. Haslam, that's good. And the Heat lead by 3.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Kobe against Wade. Kobe kicks to Young to tie it up. LeBron grabs the miss. LeBron's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Wade fires. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. And it's a 5-point Heat lead.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
Nash kicks to Kobe. Connects from 3-point range. Kobe's got 10 points here in the second half.
Getting the feel out there from long range, guys. That's his second 3 of the half.
Here's LeBron. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yep, that's something that the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary here.
Kobe with the bucket.
Well, his scoring this quarter has been off the charts, and the complexion of the game as a result may change.
Wade drives in, and that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. Pass to Haslam. Nash outside.
That is a clutch shot if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, very gutsy there. What more can you say? He got it done at the best time.
LeBron against Young. LeBron kicks to box. No good. And the Lakers take it the other way. And Nash, here we go. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother him.
Chalmers dishes to Wade. Gasol passes to Keenan. Kobe to take the lead. Can't knock in the 3. Here's Wade. Oh, couldn't sink the shot, and we're going to overtime. Time expires, and we're going to overtime. Back after this, and we'll see now how these two teams and these few minutes of basketball pan out. Chalmers with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Young with the steal. There's the dish to Kaman on the wing. Kobe beyond the arc. And it's Miami with the rebound. LeBron's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Chalmers. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Chalmers has got the first points here in the overtime period for the Heat. It's Kobe Bryant on the wing. Wade is covering. There's Nash with the 3. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. by Miami. The Heat with the lead. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Bryant gets to the rim for two with the D all over him. Kobe's got 28.
Guys, he's one of the main reasons this game is tied up. I mean, he's done his part to keep them in it.
Chalmers with a screen on Kobe. The drive by Wade and stolen by Kaman. Young outside. Nash defended by Chalmers. Here's Young. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Pretty bad defense, letting the offense get right to the rim. But smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know what's going to happen. They sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Critical for him to knock down those free throws, guys. They had to come away with the lead on that trip.
Passes it to Bosch. Just over a minute and a half played here in overtime. Wade. He passes to Chalmers. 4 on the clock. Rejected by Kobe. Nash against Chalmers. Nash hits to Gasol. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Hope they get it back. Nash outside. Dishes it to Kobe. The three won't fall.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
Watch out. D-Wade has caught fire.
Lakers shooting here about 46% for the game. Outside, Kobe. They double team Kobe. Young. The feed to Kaman. Puts it up from 17. And it's Haslam with the rebound.
You know, when the shot's not there for you, you've just got to recognize it, move the ball on.
Yeah, I think he had tunnel vision right there. His only thought was to shoot, no matter what else was going on.
Goes back up. Sinks it.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
So it's the Lakers now. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. It's stolen by Wade. Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward.
An example right there, guys, of how even as their lead grew into a big one, they never started posting.
That's the truth. I mean, they've been in charge of this game all the way through.
Inside to Gasol. Money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty. Now here is Haslam. And he commits the intentional foul.
Well, you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
Yeah, in this situation, clock management crucial.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
We're now about 3 minutes into this overtime period. Nash can't get it to go. And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. Clark, what a game.
Yeah, they kept their cool, stayed with the game plan, and that's why they came out on top.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports Group, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.